Children, Adam has taught me that the little things do count the most. So I am in position to say that in this chapter, structure of the atom, that we are studying since last quite a few classes, we have reached to that point where the topic is becoming more and more interesting and more consuming. Yes, here you will have to apply your maximum of the brainstorming to understand the topic, because the topic demands your intelligence. So we are starting the first model of the atom, which was proposed by the great physicist J.J. Thomson, because J.J. Thomson had this credential in his you can say lab, that he discovered electrons by the cathode ray experiment in the discharge tube. And after that, the discovery of proton was also done. And with the discovery of proton, since both of the charged particles were discovered and were found, so ये तो बनता ही था कि एक मॉडल ऑफ द एटम भी एक मिल जाए. So Thomson has proposed the first model of the atom, and I won't say that this model was totally failure. This model also has one of the very biggest achievement. And what was the achievement that I am telling you? So J.J. Thomson named his model of the atom as Christmas pudding or plum pudding model of the atom. It also resembles like the watermelon, and that's why it is also called watermelon model of the atom. How it resembles with watermelon or Christmas pudding, that will be very, you can say, interesting to know. So he is saying that model of the atom, he says that it is spherical, and in the spherical model of the atom he is saying that the whole mass of the atom and whole charge of the atom is evenly distributed to its whole volume. Means mass and positive charge is making a sphere, and on the sphere electrons, which he discovered himself, are embedded like you see the black currant over the Christmas pudding, or you see the seeds over the red slice of your watermelon. On the body of the watermelon, fleshy part is red, and over that the red black seeds are very visible. So these black seeds, he says that it resembles with the electrons, and that is your negative charge, and it is embedded over the positive charge, a positively charged sphere which covers up all the positive charge and mass of the atom. So this is your Christmas pudding or watermelon model of the atom, he is saying. But what is the biggest, you can say, achievement of this model of the atom? That he proposed that in his model of the atom, the negative and positive charges are equal in magnitude. Means you can say sphere, which has the positive sphere, has charge exactly equal in magnitude, which is given by your negative charge. Means contribution of positive and negative charge is exactly equal, what he wants to say. And when the positive and negative charge will be equal, then what will be the overall charge of the atom? Overall charge will be nothing, nil. And that is why he is saying that the atom is electrically neutral. This is the success of the first model of the atom proposed by J.J. Thomson, that he became very you can say successful in telling that the model of the atom means atom overall is neutral. Before that, what was assumed? It was assumed that atom is positively charged and inside the atom some negatively charged particles are there. But he overruled. उन्होंने इस जो एक तरह की भ्रांति थी, या कह सकते एक तरह की सोच थी, उसको बिल्कुल खारिज कर दिया, और इस तरह से एक नई मॉडल ऑफ द एटम बन के सामने आती है. दिस मॉडल ऑफ द एटम इज इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल. So neutral behavior of the atom is a big achievement in the world of physics, nuclear physics. Now, what remains shortcoming in the Thomson's model of the atom, that he could not explain the position of the particles inside the atom which are positively and negatively charged. He could not explain about the electron is located where and proton is found where, and that is why, because he is saying that they are evenly distributed over all the mass of the atom. Naturally, what will happen, because you know that there are electrostatic pull, opposite charges attract each other, so they will keep attracting and they will keep colliding, and the model of the atom will collapse. So that led to the instability of the model of the atom, and that is why it was discarded. So this was the failure. Otherwise, achievement was bigger. Achievement was that he explained the neutrality of the atom, that overall atom is electrically neutral because it has both of the charges equally available on it. This was first model of the atom, Thomson's model of the atom. Now children, just keep your fingers crossed because we are going to start the most, you can say, significant topic of the chapter. I will say this is the most significant topic, even more than the Niels Bohr's model of the atom, that how the Rutherford model of the atom, which was the nuclear model of the atom, brought a revolution in the world of structure of the atom, about knowing about the structure of the atom. This is the biggest revolution in the world of nuclear physics, because he given the nuclear model of the atom. Before that there was koi ata pata nahi tha what is nucleus, and he discovered the nucleus of the atom. So the experiment was done by radioactive source, and that radioactive source, you know that there are some elements which keep emitting radioactive radiations, and these radiations are of three types: alpha ray, beta ray and gamma ray. The heavier among all these three rays is your alpha particle. So he chose an alpha particle because the beta particles and gamma particles are very high in the energy. That is why it is very difficult to catch up them, and it is very difficult to find their pattern of travel. But ये possible हो सकती थी अल्फा पार्टिकल के पास, क्योंकि अल्फा पार्टिकल जो वो हीलियम एटम्स है. आपको पता है हीलियम एटम में कितनी मास होती है? 4 यूनिट की मास होती है. एंड हीलियम एटम के पास 2 यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज है और 2 यूनिट नेगेटिव चार्ज है, और 2 न्यूट्रॉन भी हैं इसके पास. तो नेचुरली द मास ऑफ द हीलियम एटम इज 4 यूनिट, एंड ही हैज टेकन अल्फा पार्टिकल. बेसिकली अल्फा पार्टिकल इज नथिंग बट द आयोनाइज्ड हीलियम आयन. व्हेन द हीलियम विल बी आयोनाइज्ड, इट विल लूज 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन, इट विल बिकम हीलियम 2 plus ion, and this is what exactly is alpha particle. So here we are going to study alpha particle scattering experiment, children, and I will try to make it more and more informative. What type of setup was required to carry on the experiment? He needed a foil like paper like structure, and that was prepared by gold. Why he chosen gold? Because you know that the gold is a bigger atom, and gold is highly malleable, also most malleable metal, so it can be developed into thinnest of the foil. And do you know that what was the thickness of the foil? Thickness of the foil was just 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter. You can understand, this was so thin. But in this so thin foil, even 1,000 of the atoms were coming. 1,000 of the atoms were coming in such a thin foil of gold atom. So what does it give you as an imagination? Can you imagine that such a big atom and such a thin foil of the atom can have 1,000 atoms around? So actually atom are how smaller in size, how tinier in the size. So this is the first, you can say, assumption which can be made, that the atoms actually are very tiny. Second thing was that he needed a source of alpha particle. What was the source of alpha particle? The source of the alpha particle are those elements which emit alpha particles. Is that kind of radioactive element which will emit alpha particle. क्योंकि radioactive elements बहुत तरह के होते हैं, और कुछ में से गामा रेज निकलते हैं, कुछ से बीटा रेज निकलते हैं, कुछ से अल्फा पार्टिकल्स एमिट होती है. तो उस तरह की रेडियोएक्टिव एलिमेंट को लेना था यहाँ पर, जहाँ जिससे कि अल्फा पार्टिकल की एमिशन होती है. अल्फा पार्टिकल की एमिशन बेरियम और थोरियम से होती है, and that is why a source of alpha particle emission was taken as barium or thorium. And just in front of it, the source was kept in the box, and the box had a hole, and just in front of it, what was taken, that a lead sheet was kept, because the lead sheet can absorb maximum of the alpha particle, and it will allow very less alpha particle to cross the sheet through a hole. This was the arrangement. Lead sheet will absorb, because the alpha particle cannot cross very heavy and very thick lead sheet, and that is why it will be absorbed, because it is a radioactive ray. Try to understand why this type of arrangement. And the scientist which is doing this experiment has to protect himself also from the radioactive emission. That is why, just to protect himself, and so that very less alpha particles start coming from the lead sheet, this was done. So this kind of arrangement was done roughly to do the alpha particle scattering experiment. This is the source of alpha particle, which is kept in a box. Here it is taken as barium, and in front of it a lead sheet has been kept, and lead sheet it has a hole in it because that will not allow maximum of the alpha particle to cross. And just in front of the lead sheet, I have shown it with a single layer of gold foil. And by the rounded structure you understand that these are the atoms of the gold. So the alpha particle is coming. Alpha particle is doubly charged helium ion, helium He2 plus ion. Naturally it has mass also, so its speed will not be as high as beta ray and gamma ray. So, and the gold atoms are also bigger, so we can view through the microscope. It can be seen that what is the pattern of movement of the alpha particle inside the atom. So 3 patterns were observed by the Rutherford. So in the NCERT book also I am trying to explain it through it, and Rutherford has counted 3 kind of observation. What was the first pattern of observation? That maximum of the alpha particle has crossed the gold foil without any obstacle. You can see that the alpha particle is coming and it has crossed the gold atom straight away. In maximum of the cases straight away. Some of the alpha particle have shown deflection, like here you can say that it has deflected. This is the second observation, but it was less. Maximum was that it crosses the alpha particle without any deflection in a straight line, because the alpha particle moves in a straight line and it crosses. But what comes and what hinders, क्या इसके पाथ में ऐसी कौन सी चीज आ रही थी जिसकी वजह से इसमें डिफ्लेक्शन हुई? That is a matter to know. And out of you can say 10,000 alpha particle, 1 alpha particle has just returned back to its own path. The maximum deflection was seen here, almost 90 degree. It could not cross the gold foil, and it just bounced back. And he is explaining that what was the resemblance of bouncing back, like a person has taken a bullet and he is firing the bullet on the wall and the bullet comes back to him. Or you have taken a ball and you just drop the ball on the floor and it bounces back. Just like that, it is also bouncing back. So these are the basic 3 observations. First observation, crosses without any problem in a straight line. And second observation is crossing, but crossing with the deflection. And the third pattern, which is the least pattern out of, I am saying 10,000, 1 alpha particle has shown this behavior, that it is bouncing back, returning back to its own path. So this was the most important observation which led to the discovery of biggest thing in the world of nuclear physics. So after getting these three patterns in his observation, Ernest Rutherford, who also is known as the father of the nuclear physics, has analyzed his observation, children. How he analyzed? He is saying that in his experiment, most of the space inside the atom is empty. Why? Because maximum of the alpha particle have crossed the atom without any obstacle. So he is saying कि ज्यादातर जो जगह है एटम के अंदर की वो खाली पड़ी हुई है, इसलिए अल्फा पार्टिकल को कोई इस तरह की ऑब्स्टेकल, कोई इस तरह की हिंड्रेंस, कोई इस तरह की हर्डल्स नहीं मिलती, एंड इट क्रॉसेस द गोल्ड एटम विदाउट एनी ऑब्स्टेकल, विदाउट एनी प्रॉब्लम, किसी तरह की कोई रुकावट नहीं आती. सो दे डू नॉट फेस एनी डिफ्लेक्शन, दे पास द अल्फा particle, they pass the gold atom very easily. Second observation was that, what was the first observation? That alpha particle is crossing the gold atom very easily, and on the basis of this observation he is saying that the maximum space inside the atom is empty. That is why the alpha particle is crossing without any hurdles. Second observation was that some of the alpha particles have shown deflection. Deflection, why they have shown? Because you know that the alpha particles are doubly charged helium atom, doubly positively charged helium atom. Naturally, there will be a repulsion. What repulsion? So he is saying that alpha particles have shown deflection only because it is coming in the influence of some similar identical charge. So identical charge is the plus charge. So somewhere in the atom plus charge is located and densely located. That is why it is repelling the some of the alpha particles, and it has shown deflection by obtuse angles. So this type of obtuse angle, so you can see that this alpha particle which has shown deflection by the large angle is near to the center of the nucleus, means some of the alpha particles which is crossing to the near to the center of the atom has got repelled. And what is the way to count the observation? There was a screen at the back of the gold foil, and that screen was zinc sulfide coated. You know that the zinc sulfide gives illumination to the positive charge. You remember that in the anode ray experiment also zinc sulfide was coated and it given the reddish glow. So that zinc sulfide is also, because the alpha particle is positively charged, so this positively charged alpha particle is getting glow because zinc sulfide coated screen is kept behind the gold foil where the observations were made. Observation हुई कहाँ पे? Observation जो ये दो तीन पैटर्न थे उसके observation इस स्क्रीन पे हुई. Observation was that it is deflected by 180 degree, means very large deflection. It means that it is just returning back to its path like this, could not cross the gold atom. So what was the reason behind it? That is it because of the some positive repulsion, like in the previous observation I told that since the alpha particle, Rutherford told that since alpha particle must have come across with some positive charge under the influence of positive charge. Here it is not getting deflected by a smaller or larger angle, but it is just returned. So Rutherford is explaining the bouncing back of alpha particle like that it must have hit to the some solid surface. Alpha particle has 4 unit mass, as I am telling you that it is nothing but the helium nuclei, helium doubly charged helium atom. So it has already 4 unit mass, means alpha particle must have met with some bigger mass, and that bigger mass has stopped alpha particle there itself. It has not allowed the alpha particle to cross by, like here in these cases it is crossing, but here you can see that one of the rarest observation was that out of around 12,000 alpha particle, one is bouncing back. So that bouncing back explanation could not be given by just the positive or electrostatic repulsion. इसकी वजह ये थी, उन्होंने समझाई रदरफोर्ड ने, कि अल्फा पार्टिकल के पास अपनी तो मास है ही, लेकिन उस मास से बहुत बड़ी मास से, जैसे एक सॉलिड सरफेस से कुछ टकरा जाए और वो सरफेस उसको अलाउ नहीं करे आगे बढ़ने के लिए, तो उस तरह की कोई इंसिडेंट हुई होगी. And that's how he has explained the 3 observation. On the basis of this observation, he is giving the nuclear model of the atom that I am going to tell you.